Hi there, I'm Zoot Java. Today I'd like to talk about the study that was done by the UK's Royal Society with regards to misinformation. Uh, Before that, quickly, if you would please help me out by giving me a thumbs up, like, or whatever, and subscribe to my channel, please. Also, I will leave links at the bottom to other sites that you can follow me on. So let's get into this. The UK's Royal Society did a study that says social platforms shouldn't censor what they term as misinformation. They said that companies, like social media companies, should not censor and remove misinformation, according to the Senior Scientific Academy of the UK. The Royal Society investigated the sources and consequences of online misinformation, and it concluded that removing misinformation and the accounts of the offenders does very little. In fact, it makes it worse because bans could lead to the content moving to harder to address and access corners of the internet and exacerbate feelings of distrust in authorities, the report stated. And this was on the Financial Times. The report agreed that illegal content such as child sex abuse, racism, and content that, shall we say, incited violence, well, that should be removed. Now, legal content that is misleading or contradicts mainstream scientific consensus should not be removed. We need new strategies to ensure high quality information can compete in the online attention economy, they said. And Gina Neff, professor of technology and science at the University of Oxford, co-author of the report, said that this means investing in lifelong information literacy programs, provenance enhancing technologies, and mechanisms for data sharing between platforms and researchers. Across the political spectrum in the UK and around the world, there have been calls for banning social media platforms and removing such as vaccine skeptic comments. Now, according to the chair of the Royal Society Inquiry, Frank Kelly, while censoring such posts seems a good solution, it can actually hamper the scientific process and force genuinely malicious content underground. He reiterated that censoring misinformation and banning accounts leads it away from mainstream platforms where scientists cannot try and debunk it. Kelly said that a more nuanced, sustainable, and focused approach is needed. The investigation also found out that the fears of the internet was amplifying misinformation by creating filter bubbles, and echo chambers are an exaggeration. So, what's my take on this? This is exactly the point that I have been trying to make with people for ages, ever since they began discussing uh, all sorts of clamping down on misinformation, disinformation, in other words, censoring people. The more you censor people, do you think that these people are going to shut up? Do you think that these people are just going to go away? No, they will find a way to get their point across. They will find a way to get their point out there. And it'll most likely be in a way that you can't find it. Uh, I don't know anything about it, but possibly they could be down in the dark web, where yes, that can be found and monitored, but do they really want to look there? Um, it's kind of simple. If people have a view, you should let them voice their view. If they are saying that it is true, maybe you should look into it a little further yourself when you're reading it. You shouldn't just hear one report and take it as gospel truth. And I say that this is also very good advice for people who would just turn on the news, listen to one station, be it CNN, MSNBC, Fox, you name it, doesn't matter what it is. Listen to others and listen to what they say, and most importantly, how are they portraying what they are saying? Are they really offering facts, or are they seemingly just kind of pushing a political narrative and giving you their point of view? If you look far enough, you will see what the actual facts are. It doesn't take long for you to look in and find there's statistics on just about everything. They're out there. You can find them. So you can look into things like that in that fashion. It's always bad to censor people. When you do this, you are definitely not doing anything at all good for anyone. It's kind of ironic, all this talk you hear down in the United States about the democracy being under attack, and in reality, the democracy is under attack because they're saying it is. There is no attack on the democracy in the United States. But again, that's my opinion. So look into it a little further. So anyhow, and now for the reason that you came here, and that is my bad joke. So a friend of mine told me that he bought his mother-in-law a pair of crotchless underwear. I asked him why on earth he would do something like that, and he said, oh, that's simple. I just wanted to get a better grip on her broomstick. Anyways, thank you very much. And like I said, like, subscribe, and share my content on all your media platforms, because the tube is out to get everybody. They are constantly changing the terms of service, and people are getting canceled left and right. So as I said, look down and below, you'll find alternate places where you can find my content. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you later. Until later, Zoot Java, out.